Hey. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If I could sing, people would not be able to shut me up. I'm telling you right now. Hey Jay, happy Monday. This is my song, y'all. Can y'all hear it? I was gonna put on a speaker, but then I was like, that might be a bit too much. So I opted to play it on my phone. Happy Monday. How are you? I got some motivation for you on today. Hey Mo, happy Monday. Can you guys hear my little jam? Hey Marissa, y'all come on in, join me. Go ahead and invite 2 to 3 people. I got some motivation Monday for you. Can you guys hear the song? This is one of my favorite songs, y'all, for real. It like gives so much energy. When I'm tired and I feel like I can't push no more, this is what I play right here to give me that push and that motivation that I need. I was gonna put it on the speaker, but I was like, no, that's gonna be too loud. Get up, hey. Hey, it's Monday, y'all. It's a Monday. Are you motivated? Are you ready to slay the week? I hope so. But if not, that's all right. Because I have some things that I want to share with you that's going to rev you up and pump you up for the week. Hey. So I'm excited, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into this. Hey, Thomas. Let me know if you all can hear me. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Let me put on my little mic. I'm put on the mic today, not necessarily the headphones, because I want to make sure that you all can hear me very, very well. Let me know if you can hear me really good. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Guess what, y'all? Today is Monday. How are you feeling? Check in with me out there. How are you feeling? How was your weekend? Are you ready to take on the week? Are you motivated? If not, that is all right, because I have some amazing things that I want to share with you that's going to rev you up and get you ready for the week. It's a Monday. I'm so excited. I'm going to tell you why I'm excited, because this is a new week, right? So we're not necessarily worried about last week and the week before and all of that good stuff. And not only is it a new week, but guess what? It is a new quarter. We've just officially have entered a new quarter. So for those of you that are in business, for those of you that are aspiring entrepreneurs, you are going to appreciate what I'm about to start dropping. Yes? So, I don't know, maybe we should start calling this Get Up Mondays or something, because I'm telling y'all, that's my song. Okay? And when I don't have the drive, when I don't have the push, when I don't have the energy to keep pushing, I'll put that song on and it just completely energizes me and gets me pumped up and ready for the week. So I have some shifts and some things that I want you guys to consider as entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs on this Monday. As I just stated, we have just entered a new quarter. So I believe the first quarter was like from January to March, and then we had April, May, June was a second quarter from April to June, and now today is July 2nd, so we are now in the third quarter of the year. Why am I referring to it as a third quarter? Because we all know that in business, it's best to break up our goals, our plans, and everything that we have set up in quarters. It makes it more manageable as entrepreneurs. How many entrepreneurs do I have on the line? Go ahead and just raise your hand. Give me a hand raise emoji or something like that. I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. If you are an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur and you know other entrepreneurs and or aspiring entrepreneurs, go ahead and invite them, y'all. Invite. Let's get a few people on this broadcast before I start dropping these amazing shifts that is going to change the way you are seeing some things in your business. And as you all know, when I come on here and I do this in this way, it's coming from a spiritual standpoint. Yes? Yeah. All right, Sasha, thank you so much. Guys, invite 2 to 3 people and be sure to hashtag invite when you have invited 2 to 3 people. If you have shared it, be sure to hashtag share, drop that in the comment box so I know that you are sharing it. Listen, there is enough knowledge, there is enough motivation, there is enough money, okay, at the top for everybody. We can all secure the bag. All right, I see you're ready. Yes, okay, so let's do this, all right? If you have paper and pen, then I definitely welcome you to write this down, but I want to start with this. We're in the new quarter, right? The first question is a question. How did you do last quarter, and what did that look like for you? Was it okay? Was it good? Was it, I could have did better? Or did you see any areas that you could have, increased on or improved on? Talk back to me. Let me know, you guys. But that's the first thing that we want to do. Okay, that's the first thing that we want to do. We want to just simply review. Okay, Thomas, I see you. You created your crochet group. Very good. Okay, anybody else? What's going on with your entrepreneurial journey, right? We're just checking in on this Motivation Monday. I got some things I want to share with you and some motivation that I want to give you to fire you up for this, I believe, third quarter of the year that we are in. Hilo wants to say hi. She's being a mess, you guys. Okay. So let me know. Was it okay? Talk back to me, y'all. How was it? Was it okay? Are there things that you needed to improve on? If you guys talk back to me, then I can make sure that I'm pinpointing some things that you need for this next quarter. Okay? All right. I see you, Thomas. Okay, great. So when you ask yourself this first question of, okay, Marissa, thank you so much. Again, this is a safe space. We're not judging anybody. We're here to do better. It's just that simple, okay? It's just that simple. We all go through this as entrepreneurs, period. Okay, so the first question you ask yourself is, how did you do? See if there is a specific area that you specifically want to increase on. Okay, or you feel that you can do better on, or if you're, hey, Nisi, thanks so much for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. If there was something that you feel as though you could have done better on, or something that you feel as though you can engage in more. Okay, so Amber is on here with us. Hey, Amber. Amber has been I'm telling you, Amber, first of all, congratulations. You are on a roll. You have done your research. You have, also taken shifts and tips and tools and applied them and you are winning. So I want to congratulate my friend slash mentee, Amber. You are doing amazing things, magazine features, all this amazing stuff for her brand new business. So kudos to you for applying shifts and tools, and for not only applying with, things that we share with one another, but also being diligent on your own by reading books and doing your own research and getting your business out there. Kudos to you. I want to celebrate you for that. But some of you are saying, I could have done better. Some are saying, I want to make more money this quarter. Some are saying, this quarter I need to get my life together. I hear you, Coach Marissa. I hear you, love. I hear you. Okay, so based on that feedback, this is what my next shift is going to be. So some of you on here are coaches. I think for the most part, most of you are coaches. And so when I say this, it's going to be like preaching to the choir, because this is what we help our clients do, right? And that is what? Craft plans. So we are familiar with executing and with deadlines and crafting really good intentional strategy or execution or action plans, if you will. But here is where I found, you guys know I don't know any other way but to be transparent. I'm going to tell you this. I found that when it comes to being productive quarterly in business, it's kind of a mixture of the execution plan, but it is more so the strategy and the understanding of how to do business projections. Did you guys hear that? Somebody write that down. Hey, Lady Phyllis, how are you? So good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you guys are entrepreneurs, if you know other aspiring entrepreneurs or aspiring or people that are actually entrepreneurs, invite them. And we all need this. We all need to hear this. Let's share the knowledge. Let's share the wisdom. There is enough money for all of us at the top. Everyone can secure the bag. You know, that's my motto. That's what I believe. So really quickly, I want you to remember that when putting together your strategy and or your execution plan, it's not just the plan itself, but it's also making educated guess, if you will, educated estimations and projections of your business, and then converting that into the plan. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. Let's say your goal was to make $5,000, or your goal was to make $10,000, right? Per month, whatever the goal may be. I'm just giving the numbers, right? So in order to reach that goal, that has to translate into a proper projection. Does that make sense? So what does that mean? In order for it to be a proper projection, you have to then break down how you can make that happen. Some of you have dual businesses. And when I say dual businesses, I simply mean some of you have more than one way that your revenue comes. Some of you have revenue coming through coaching, revenue coming through training, then you have revenue coming through actual products. You have revenue coming in several different ways. The key to making proper projections and being a little bit more intentional is, for one, narrowing it down. You guys already know I say this all the time. As entrepreneurs, we are wearing more than one hat. Or if we are not, I should say, able to have a huge, vast team, then that means we are now dividing ourselves in several different areas. So what does that mean? You may be serving as administration, as the coach. You may be serving as the secretary. You may be serving as the treasurer. Like, you're wearing different hats. Does this make sense? You're wearing different hats. So if you're wearing different hats, that means your attention, right? Your attention is now spliced, right? It is now being diced up into different sections. Hey, J. Marie Hill, how are you, gorgeous? Thank you so much for joining me. If there are other entrepreneurs that you know, please don't be stingy. Invite 2 to 3 aspiring entrepreneurs or other entrepreneurs that you know. There's enough wisdom for all of us. There is enough money for all of us at the top to secure the bag. Once you do that, go ahead and hashtag invite it, hashtag share. Hey, Tia, thank you so much for joining me. So check this out. The first shift that I'm talking about for those of you who are just jumping on, because we have entered a new quarter of the year and of business. And so I want to break down this plan, if you will. And I need for all of us as entrepreneurs to understand that in order to see the best results possible per quarter in business is to not only have a plan that executes, but make sure that that plan translates into an actual projection, right? And so the key to doing this is, for one, making sure that you're doing it in enough ahead of time. So what does that mean? You cannot be planning your projection for a new quarter right before the quarter comes. As entrepreneurs, somebody put this down in the chat box, you should have an annual projection that you have broken down into quarters. I'm going to say that again. You should have an annual projection that you have broken down into quarters. So for each quarter of the year, your annual projection is broken down into those quarters, right? So your annual meaning 12 months, meaning the year. So you have a plan for the entire year. But to be more specific, to be more strategic, you are breaking that plan up into quarters, which is 3-month increments. We're entering a new quarter. You should not be just now planning for this quarter. Does that make sense? That's number one, because that'll slow us down. That'll kind of mess us up a little bit. In the event that you have entered this quarter and you haven't planned it just yet, all hope is not lost. Listen, all hope is not lost. I'm just keeping it real with you. It's easier if you do it the way I just stated. But if not, today is July the 2nd. I want you to take some time today and go ahead and bust out your plan for the rest of the year, okay? Including this quarter. All right, so we got that out the way. That's the first thing that's important. So why is it important to pair a plan with your projection? Well, your projection talks about the amount of money that you want to make. Your projection may also include the ways that you can make the money. If you have like a business that's scalable, if you have a business that serves and duality in some form, meaning you have more than one way that you can bring in revenue and or a stream of income. Yes. But you want to make sure that they are, you have them both, but they are combined. What does that mean? So again, going back to the example, if you wanted to make $5,000 for the month, if you wanted to make $10,000 for the month, that plan would need to then break down how you're going to do that, right? But here's the thing. Most of us say, okay, I could make money selling my books. That's one stream of revenue. I could make money coaching or consulting. That's another stream of revenue. I could make money doing this. I can make money doing that. And that's great that you know that. It's great that your business has been set up to be scalable. But here is the problem that we fall into most times. Because our business is scalable does not mean that it's the time. Hear this, y'all. It's the time to actually scale or utilize all areas of the business where you can have different streams of revenue coming in at one time. Did you catch that? Why is this? Because if your foundation is not properly set up, you will instantaneously become overwhelmed, and one of those areas will suffer immensely. Are you catching what I'm saying? I'm speaking from experience, okay? I'm speaking from experience. I have been in positions where I've had other things that can make streams of income, but because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm one person, because you're an entrepreneur and you're one person, I mean, we may have an assistant or two, but that does not constitute for a whole entire team, and you're spreading yourself thin, and you got ads running over here, and you got stuff happening over here, and then guess what? We wind up dropping the ball somewhere, and we don't maximize the income that could have come in from that one place in our business. So, in order to solve this, here is a suggestion and a solution that I have found works. What I like to do is set my annual projection up into the quarters, as I just stated, and utilize and or select one part of my business that I'm going to maximize for that quarter. I'm telling you, I'm dropping gems better than y'all talking back to me. Hello, Sierra. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. You all invite 2 to 3 aspiring entrepreneurs, okay? Or entrepreneurs that you know. Come on, let's share this wisdom. There's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody at the top, okay? So if you have a business that has several different ways that it can bring in income, select one way that you are going to focus on for each quarter. So if you are a speaker, one quarter out of the year, focus on speaking engagements and bringing in income that way. If you are an author and you have books, focus on selling your books for one quarter of the year. If you are a coach, maybe focus on coaching for 1 or 2 quarters out of the year. I'm telling you guys, not only will this alleviate stress, but you see how earlier when we all checked in, it was like, oh, last quarter could have been better. Oh, you know, this and this and this and that. You know, we're not too sure about, you know, what's going on and how we can make that better. Here is a suggestion. I have found that when I do my annual projections ahead of time, I have found that when I break those up into quarters, I have found that when I designate what parts of my business will be focused on, exactly, Lady Phyllis, don't overload. Throughout the year, I have found that I'm more focused, I'm not overloaded, as Lady Phyllis just said, or overwhelmed, and I'm able to really maximize my business and really create the visibility that I need for that specific area of the business for that quarter. So now you're probably saying, okay, coach, I'm rocking with you. This sounds good. This sounds real good. How do I do that? Are y'all ready? I hope y'all got paper and pen. I'm about to drop some stuff. Okay? I can't hear nobody cha-ching that part. Okay? So, how do we do this? Okay. There are several different ways that we can maximize a part of our business for that quarter. Have you ever thought about doing a campaign? A campaign. Decide what you're going to focus on and then run a campaign for that quarter. Does that make sense? Run a campaign for that quarter. Okay? So I got a lot of coaches and consultants on the line. Let me give you this example. If you have a signature program, right? Have you ever thought about running a campaign for that program, for that quarter? You say to yourself, okay, self, this quarter of the year, we're going to go ahead and we're going to focus on this signature program and we're going to run a campaign for this program. Okay? Now, when I say run a campaign, I mean you are literally focusing, putting all of your energy, all of your efforts into that campaign. So depending on your brand, depending on your business and how you like to do things, because of authenticity is the foundation. You want to do things in your own way. Yes. Okay. That means you may want to do a photo shoot. That means you may want to put together graphics and stuff that support the campaign. That means you need to get together your copy. Hear me, your copy. I'm going to tell you something. I noticed in working with others that a lot of the reason why selling is hard is not because you don't have the mind. It's not because you don't have the strategy. Sometimes, I mean, it could be those things, right? It can be those things, but I'm just talking about from what I've been experiencing and working with others. It's not that you don't have the strategy. It's not that you're not doing the work. It's not that you don't have the mind, but the copy may not be as strong. Now, what do I mean by copy? In order to run a successful campaign, you've got to know your audience. Hands down. If you don't know your audience, then that means the verbiage, the vernacular that you are utilizing to run the campaign is not going to resonate. It's not going to be relatable. And they're going to just literally overlook your ad, overlook your post. They're just going to overlook it, right? It's just going to like go over, it's just going to go over your head, right? So the key elements of a strong campaign is one, knowing your audience, deciding if you're going to use, photography, graphics, flyers. Are you going to use advertisement? If so, what kind of advertisement? Are you going to go with Google ads? Are you going to do Facebook? Are you going to do Instagram? And the one that you choose, or the combination that you choose, should be the one where your ideal audience is. I'm going to say that again. The one that you choose, or the combination that you choose, should be the ones where your ideal readers frequent most. Everything that you do in your annual projections, what is broken down in your quarters, should be based on your serving and your audience. You're serving and your audience. You're serving and your audience. I'm telling y'all that part right there. Okay? So we've just entered a new quarter. What have you prepared for your audience? What is the thing that you're going to focus on for this quarter? Is it going to be okay for this quarter? Each month I'm going to sell 300 books, 400 books. Okay, how are you going to do that? Do you have a plan for your online sales? Do you have a plan for your direct sales? Does that plan consist of doing a marketing campaign or doing some type of campaign for sorts? Does that plan entail I'm just every other week I'm going to run an ad and I'm going to make sure my ad is excellent from the images or the video to the copy? How are you going to get it done, right? What is it that you are focusing on? Some people earlier said, I want to make more money. It's hard to make more money when your business is everywhere. Does that make sense? Everywhere, meaning because you have different ways that you've built your business, right? You have your business, but there's different ways you can make money, right? Because you have that, we wind up trying to do all of it at the same time. And we cannot. Hey, Tasha, thank you so much for joining me, love. We cannot. If you know aspiring entrepreneurs or you have friends that are entrepreneurs, please go ahead and invite them and share this with them. There is enough wisdom. There is enough money at the top for everybody. We are talking about securing the bag. As entrepreneurs, we just entered a new quarter and we are dropping some wisdom and some gems so that we all can thrive this quarter. So share. And once you've shared it, hashtag comment in the comment box shared or hashtag invited in the comment box. Yes? So we can't do it all. It's hard to do it all. So we need to focus and decide where am I going to put my energy at? And one thing that I've noticed that helps me to decide when I'm going to do what is by being postured to serve. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Being postured to serve. If we posture ourselves to serve, what does that mean? I'm not worried about the money, but I'm actually showing up on purpose to serve. The money will then follow, right? So if your ear is to the ground to serve your audience, then you're going to hear whispers. You're going to hear it. They're going to inbox you. They're going to email you. They'll comment on your social media posts. You will know where the need is. You will know where the need is if you're postured to serve. So that is one shift or one tool that you can use to help you decide on what you're going to focus on and how you're going to serve for this quarter of the business. I mean, I'm telling you, you see people do it all the time. I'm about to bust this bubble real quick, because I'm not sure if enough people talk about this. Have you ever seen posts on social media that say, hey, what do you all need help with? Or what challenge are you facing right now? Or what would you like to learn more about? I mean, they phrase it in so many different ways. And then you'll see a slew of comments from their audience say, I want to do more of this. I want to do more of that. I need to do more of this. I want to do more. Your audience will let you know where they need to be served at. And if you do that enough and ahead of time, it's basically a modern way of doing a survey, right? If you do that in enough ahead of time, you'll know where you need to serve at, right? Right? So far, just a quick recap, we've learned that in order to be more productive in our businesses and the quarters is to make sure that we have an annual projection, to make sure that that annual projection is broken up into quarters, and to make sure that although we have several different ways we can make money in our business, to make sure that we designate one avenue of our business to a quarter and put all of our energy and all of our focus on that one thing that we have decided to serve on for that quarter. Whether it's selling your books, whether it's going to be speaking, whether it's going to be getting contracts, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you do, it could be, hey, this quarter, I want to average this amount of makeup clients per week or per month. Whatever it is, I want to average getting in this amount of hair clients per week, per month for this quarter. Quarter, I want to focus on getting this amount of speaking engagements. I want to focus on filling up this coaching program. I want to focus on filling up this e-course. I want to focus on doing one event each month, having this amount of attendees each month for each event. I want to focus on having a workshop each month and having this amount of people at the workshop per month. What is it that you're doing? Don't allow your business, because of its potential, to run you rampant. When I tell you I'm talking from experience, I'm talking from experience. I've had so many amazing things happening at the same time, and only one out of maybe 4 of them actually survived because I was doing way too much at one time. But now I have structured and set up my business. And I'm going to tell you something, why this shift is so amazing. I'm going to tell you why it's amazing. And if you apply it, it will shift your life. I'm going to tell you why. Because once you set it up where you know, depending on your business, some of you may have to literally do it every year, but for the type of business I have, the only projection that I kind of like refresh on is the amount, as far as monetary wise, as far as the money. But as far as how the quarters are going to go, I don't have to change that unless I feel led to change it. But I literally have adopted an annual schedule that finally fits my business and works with my business. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? So some of you are on here and you do fashion, you sew or you crochet and you're into fashion, or you have garments that can bring revenue, right? First of all, your gifts will make room for you. So please don't be afraid to charge. Please don't. Okay? Don't, because then that goes against your gifts making room for you. When it talks about gifts making room for you, it's literally talking about the increase and the finances that come. Okay, let me get out of that. So setting it up, right? Setting it up to where it fits you, it works for you. I have a signature program. I only open up that signature program twice a year. And when I decided to do this, it changed my life. It changed my life. I open up my signature program twice a year. I focus on certain services on only 1/4 out of the year, right? And then I have my speaking that that's kind of like the filler for the rest. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? Are you really getting this? So think about your business. Think about how you want it to flow, right? And be intentional. For me personally, I love to talk. I would love to talk all year round, but then when I become realistic with myself, and it's like, girl, you don't like the winter. You don't like the winter. So you may not want to be traveling during the winter to speak. So that means the winter months, you probably shouldn't do any speaking. And this is why, for me, if you follow me on my social media platforms, you guys do not see me speaking all year round, because this girl don't like the winter. I say all the time, why be an entrepreneur if you're going to do things in a way that makes you uncomfortable and makes you miserable? If you're going to be miserable, you should have kept the job, right, that was making you miserable. It makes no sense to be an entrepreneur and then be miserable. It makes no sense. So do things on your term. I don't like the winter, so 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be speaking in the winter. You know, I don't like the snow. I don't want to be cold and all of that. And guess what? I can't stand the heat. I can't stand the heat. I don't like to be too hot. I'm really funny like that. But there are some times where I will make an exception. So yes, I do have some speaking engagements in the summer. But the whole point of what I'm saying is structure a thing so it really fits you, right? So in a perfect world, I would structure it to where I'm doing my speaking mostly in the fall and the spring season. Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm going with this? If you know you don't have a large team, or you know you can't handle but a certain amount of clients, structure your business so that it is enjoyable and it's not stressful, and you are loving what you're doing. And you may not exactly hit your money goal exactly like on a knob, like to the very last cent, but you will be very, very close to it. Yes? So that's what I wanted to share with you all. Today we have entered this new quarter. I am pumped. I am excited. And I thought if I shared that with you, that you would in turn be excited and be pumped up about this new quarter that we have entered. Before I let y'all go ahead and drop in the comment box and let me know, based on what we've talked about, what are you going to be focusing on this quarter? What are you going to be putting your energy and your focus into? What are you going to be putting your resources into this quarter? Is it going to be your coaching program? Is it going to be selling your books? Is it going to be your speaking, right? And please do know also that there are certain things that can kind of go together. So for instance, if you have a book, but you also have a course that goes with that book, well, guess what? That complements each other. So you can run them both together simultaneously, right? So, there are certain things that go together. Let's say you're saying, okay, coach, I'm a speaker and I speak all year round, but I'm also an author. Okay, bring books with you. So you can also sell your books and get revenue from speaking, right? So there are some exceptions to where you can focus on selling something or focus on serving, if you will, simultaneously. All right. Getting started math tutoring, building out and selling my program. Lady Phyllis says missions. Come on, y'all. Yes, I love it. More. What are you going to be focusing on this quarter? Right? And then once you know what you're focusing on, the next thing I want you to ask yourself is, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Listen, all hope is not lost. You may not be prepared for this quarter, but if you listen to this live and you replay it and you have your pen and paper, you can literally build out your plan for this quarter today. You can build it out today and you can begin to put everything together, whether it's your graphics, whether it's your ad that you're going to do. You can work out your copy, whatever it is you need to do. I want you to ask yourself, how are you going to do it? Make sure you keep your target audience in mind, right, when you're doing this, and make sure, headed out for 3 weeks, leaving July 21st. Yes, love it. Let's go. Love that. Yes. So I want you guys to ask yourself those questions. What are you going to focus on? How are you going to do it? Break that thing down. If you have to break it down into, monthly, or if you have to break it down weekly to say that you'll be here by the end of 1 month out of that quarter, and you break it down again, and by then I'll be here by that second month. Yes. Okay. So that's all I have for you all. Do you all have any questions before I let you go on this amazing Motivation Monday? Do you have any questions? Let me know. Let me know. Because it's time for y'all to get up. It's time for y'all to make it happen. It's time for you to do everything that you're supposed to do. Everything that you've been purposed to do. Okay? So, I love you all. We're going to call this our Get Up Mondays. Okay? Get up and do what you've been purposed to do. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a fantastic day, you all.